for me, sir?
All right. Well, I'm Colonel Price, and I'm the brigade surgeon. And these are a few of my instruments, tools of the trade, so to speak.
Okay.
We have center balance scales here for measuring out medicines. We have drams and grams weights. This lady here is women do not undress for the doctor. If you notice, she's Oriental. Orientals were either subclassed than the blacks, so
really?
she wasn't considered a woman. But the ladies would point to the area of their pain or discomfort.
Wow, okay.
It's semi-good.
These are suppositories.
I lived in Lake City for 16 years.
We use raw medication. We would
it's all lucky weekend. It's going to rain.
grind it up, mix it with glycerin or some other kind of soluble material at body temperature, and make suppositories.
Okay.
It was good last year, so who knows what we'll get this year.
We have irrigation syringes, percussion hammer. This is a tonsil tone. This is used for removing tonsils. You would loop the infected tonsil, hold it in place with the fork, and then snip it off.
Now, how common was that a problem during, like, battle times?
What they would do is they would find, they would do an inspection with the tongue depressor. They would inspect the troops, and then they would go down the line. And if they had an inflamed tonsil, we'd have to remove it because it's an infection.
Okay.
So we could use that.
And what exactly was this for, sir?
Irrigation for irrigating or flushing out wounds, ears.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now they were experimenting with injecting material or directing medications directly into the body in Europe.
Okay.
That was experimental, and it wasn't accepted by the United States at that time.
So at this point, injections were out of the question.
Sprinkle powdered morphine or opium in the wound to deaden the area.
Okay.
These are what they call medicine balls. If anesthesia wasn't available, this used to be a conical ball, and the surgeon would carry a few around in his breast pocket. And you've heard the term bite the bullet. Well, you get them a shot of whiskey or medicinal spirits and the bullet to bite on.
Oh, wow.
This was a conical ball, this was a round ball.
That's actually people's teeth marks?
Yes.
That's a lot of pain.
That's a lot of pain.
What about this medieval looking thing?
This is a scarafter. This is used for inoculating for smallpox.
Okay.
Just like some of us still have our
Little circle here.
It's basically the same thing. You would pierce the area, take a glass rod, roll it over the site, absorb the medication, put a bandage over it, and then in a couple of days the surgeon would pull the bandage off and take the scab and make more serum out of it.
Okay.
This scab containing the antibodies.
Wow, okay.
These are bloodletting instruments. This is a scarafter. It has blades.
And what was the purpose of that?
That was for lacerating the skin. President Washington was killed by his surgeons using this device. This is a phleem.
He was bled too much?
He was bled to death. He had pneumonia. He had 4 doctors working on him, and they took so much blood they bled him to death.
Now, what's the purpose of taking that blood? What do they think it did?
Getting rid of the bad blood.
Okay.
Okay, they thought a lot of the infections or the illnesses were caused by impurities in the body or in the blood.
Okay.
So they would get rid of that bad blood. But as we know now, you take the blood and the oxygen from the brain, you start feeling better, euphoric. And his 4 doctors were doing that to him, making him feel better, and bled him to death.
Wow.
And we have dental instruments.
Okay.
Tooth key for removing tooth, get a good purchase on that, and then twist it.
Oh my gosh.
And then you have your tooth pliers.
So there was no
Getting leverage.
so there was no case of pain, it was just whatever gets the job done.
Pretty much. We wouldn't use anesthesia for these minor operations.
Minor, okay.
We would save those for major, like I said, a couple shots of whiskey to soothe them.
Okay.
And this is the anesthesia mask. You put a couple drops of chloroform or ether, and then put it over the mouth and nose.
Okay.
And then take your monoscope and listen for a change in the breathing.
That's a monoscope. Wow, okay.
Well, I was trying to think.
My question is was there any like vast that's okay. Were there any like vast discoveries in surgery like we do like war now, like, you know, we kind of use it as leverage to find new discoveries, or is it still
still in its infancy, but a lot of the instruments haven't changed.
Okay.
We still use a lot of the same working instruments, the hemostats, the trephine for cranial
For what?
surgery, for drilling into the skull,
Oh wow.
birthing forceps, tourniquet, and just like modern day chest tubes, we would use a trocar. This is to relieve pressure between in the torso, blood or air, and we would insert it between the two ribs, and then you would have a drain that would drain out the fluid or the air.
Now, did they find anything, working like this? Did they find new discoveries, like, they do like in World War II, like new methods? Like, is there anything that we could say that we learned this because of the Civil War?
Oh, definitely. Well, triage, sorting of patients was discovered. Ambulance corps
Okay.
was, again, triage. You would have a surgeon out on the field. He would treat what he could, or he would send them back to the ambulance and then to the general hospital back for major surgeries,
Okay.
etc. So a lot of development came from the Civil War. Just the tactics of warfare. Early in the war, they were shooting round balls at each other.
Okay.
They weren't very accurate. Curve balls.
Yeah.
That's why they were lined up shoulder to shoulder, rank and file. If you aim at somebody in the center, you might hit somebody on the right, left, high, low. With the invention of the mini ball, it spun as it came out. It was more accurate. When it hit the bone, it shattered it like glass
Okay.
and distorted, so it caused a lot of major damage inside the body.
Okay.
And the surgeons didn't know how to deal with that, so amputation was the most effective way to deal with that type of injury coming in.
I don't want it on my phone. I don't want it on my computer. It's my work
Well,
computer.
thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
No, I mean, it's not that.